What? What does it mean, huh? What are you trying to tell them? Puts? Puts? So, if you guys were on the stream, Jax, I have a video. This dog actually, every time he would growl, I would make the trade. Here's all the dog hair. It's disgusting. But, see, I'm not even home right now. Oh, man, my camera's gonna die. You know, I came to my home office, left the family on Christmas to work. It's not even one early day. Markets closed. Another huge warning was triggered, though. And it's kind of historical. We talked about it on stream. I can't say 7 hours, only 3 hours. I made some trades. Jax cashed out on puts. But this is crazy. Here's the market, and another big thing. I was just looking at Guild before I went downstairs. But, okay, so I was going through it. Here's the SPY. This is where it closed. But now if you turn on after hours, it kept dropping. And this was pretty awful. And seeing kind of just where the markets are right now, this is the huge warning isn't just the price level. It is now the down Friday, down Monday. So I have the video. I posted it last week because this is what occurred. This has occurred. This is now the third time I've put it on the YouTube, and you guys have seen what's happened. Once in October, we saw it, came close in November, never saw it. It happened last week before this downturn, and then now it just occurred again. So go watch the video. I explain it more in depth. I'm going to give you the quick summary of what just happened with it. And we're also going to talk about why the market's here. And this is the Christmas crash of 2018, or the Christmas, the Christmas crash. And I was thinking about that. I want credit. I'm the first one who came up with it. But I was just thinking about that because how are they going to describe this in a few years, a few months, down the road from now? So I thought that was interesting. But I got a lot to show you guys with the market, but to quickly explain what this down Friday, down Monday is, there's two things to notice. Well, one, pretty much whenever it's only happened less than 100 times throughout the history of the market. Anytime the Dow Jones and the averages close down Friday and then repeat with a down Monday over the weekend, the next following trading days are followed by either new lows or that signals the bottom. So this is why it's a warning for both sides. And I said this on the stream today, the guys holding the puts, you have a warning to both take puts and guys buying calls. This is on both sides. Be prepared in every aspect, but this could signal that the market's going to bottom out. And I even, one news report, CNBC literally even said they think the market's going down because of negative Twitter reports and people and investors talking and I see a lot of the negativity. I'm playing both sides, and I don't think it's that negative and that's what's drawing it, but you got to understand that this is a very neutral indicator if you are smart with it. But at the same time, every single time it's happened, go look at the videos, go look in the past, it's followed with 6 to 7% moves, either up or down, which as an option trader, that's good for us. So that's what we want. But let's look at the market. Let's look at what's going on. A lot of things. There's the Mnuchin thing, which I want to talk about, but today nothing happened. But the big thing, and I want to explain here because this just happened right now. Like I said, here's after hours and what's going on, and this caught my eye, and I thought it was insane. Let's turn off after hours. We closed at 234.33. You turn on after hours, we're down a whole nother point. It's not good. Even the UVXY, the VIX, all that went up. But here is our issue. It is our good friend crude oil. This is the 1 minute chart, but pretty much right when the market closed, it dropped. It's hitting 43.30 now. And this caught my, this was just at 47. This is another 5% day. Crude did not do good the other, last Friday, but sorry, I'm holding the tripod really, really weird. I think it was just about to fall, but you see it down here. This is bad. And I again, how I've been documenting oil, you guys, I've talked about this even this time seasonally, even the ratio now between oil and gas, and a lot of the signals are in the market are just very scary right now of what they're saying. But again, this could be the final flush and bottoming out. And now what's going to go watch the video. What's going to happen here? Go watch the video down Friday, down Monday. But we could see that bounce, and I've been saying that, and I'm looking for it, but I'm just holding my puts. I've been rolling over, and then I'd buy calls, and then I'd lose on the calls, but they have time, and then my free puts are just gaining value. So that's how I'm going about playing this, because I still want the upside. But what's happening now with oil, we're going to see everything from China. And someone even brought this up. They said, what's up with rates? Because they saw rates were going lower. And I brought this up with the Fed hiking rates, is that fixed income and bonds. But, you know, how that's reacting. But now the next main thing, there's a lot of political stuff. Go watch that video I made talking about what the next black swan is going to be, or what I think it could be. But a lot now coming in. The government shut down. That's going to drag on a lot of these issues. But the global markets, and then mixed in now, you got this final budget aspect, and just even the talks with China again. The Chinese spying, I think that's going to have an effect. But now, let me actually bring it back for a sec, because that is negative stuff. But let me discuss some of the positive. And some of the positive is, I brought this up a lot on the webinars, that despite this sell-off now, and this is rapid, and I guess another negative thing is that I brought this up many times, the velocity. And when you see here, this is picking up now, because October, from here, you know, up to the left where you first start to see the chart fall off, October, I gotta get my mouse, I can't be sitting back here. But October 10th to October 30th, do you guys remember how big of a decline that was? And that was shocking, but now that's dwarfed really by what just happened in December. And December's not even done. So I think it could be an overreaction, but it is still on the timeline of my 2019 2020 crash thing. But really, I'm expecting even a first dip by March. I think we're going to still see a new set of lows. But prior to that, I'm also expecting a bounce. I'm going to make a video on that, but I think we might see one of the biggest bounces we've ever seen in a long time. And then we're going to see those declines. But the velocity and how this is picking up is just crazy. And then now, too, another thing on the down Friday, down Monday is that the statistic with down Friday, down Mondays is that it occurs more often. Of the 100 times it's occurred, 60-70% of it has occurred during a bear market. So now this is officially confirming, you know, not officially, it's giving us more weight. Well, wow, it's showed up 3 times in the last 3 months. It's kind of getting very bearish. But now, too, I forgot to mention that S&P has officially entered into a bear market or correction territory officially. That happened last week with the NASDAQ, but now it's down, you know, I think 15% from its highs or 20% from its highs. It's a bear market. We're doing 3 consecutive quarters, just decline after decline. That's going to be the definition of recession. It's going to get there. But going back to the positive now, I've seen these markets get beaten down a lot, and the velocity's picked up. It's dwarfing that move in August. But coming into earnings, and somebody, you know, talked about this on stream, they're like, I think Apple is going to get puts. They're going to get killed with China. And I said, well, I don't think the earnings might not be that bad, just because you guys think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be bad. Everyone's like, oh, Apple, China, this and that. And then they're going to go report something. It's going to hit some record of cash or sales, whatever. It's going to be something not as bad, and investors are going to digest it, or it'll at least hold these lows and may not go lower. So earnings and how this is going to be coming into play is going to be very interesting. So that's what I'm looking out for. But I'm on my eyes for the bounce. But now back to the negative. The fact this warning is here, it could signal more downside. The likelihood is it becomes lower. And just the fact, 12 days in a row, we've seen a lot of historical stuff. We've seen weekly some of the most selling ever on the Dow. We're seeing the lowest put to call ratio as the market is dropping. You're seeing this is the worst December since the Great Depression. We're finally entering correction territory. You're seeing stocks like Snapchat go up. You know, there's a lot of unique things. So my only issue, I think there's a lot of bad stuff in the market. But the fact we've been down 12 days in a row makes me hesitant to say we're going to keep going down. So I'm eyeing the down Friday, down Monday as a possible bounce indicator. However, coming after Christmas and coming into New Year's, it's just going to be a weird time with volume and how the markets are operating. So they could continue to walk it down, or we may see what I really would be. It's either we just sell off into New Year's and keep going down and do, you know, some little bounce and go up. But I could expect something like Thanksgiving coming after Christmas. People get a little hyped. Come into the New Year's, government shuts down on the 3rd, or maybe they solve that and the market goes up, and then come later, January, February, March, we see the decline. But then again, that's all there's so much to speculate on. I don't even know at this point, because then I'm just thinking, well, what happens when oil does a move, or what is rates going to do? And that's the thing that's making all these situations so intricate, is as stuff develops domestically, it then affects the foreign, but then the foreign is affecting the domestic. It just becomes a mess. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Hopefully, you guys are in the markets. Hopefully, you had a great holiday. We'll see you on the stream after Christmas. This was a lot of fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your families. Don't panic. Don't be too scared. You're going to make money every single way if you're smart and just watch the videos. Love you. Bye.